Hi everyone, and welcome back to Buenas Noticias in Easy English. Maybe you're wondering why I have a space background on. I'll explain in a couple of seconds, but don't worry, I won't have it on for the whole video. First, I do want to mention that if I'm talking too fast, slow down the video. If I'm talking too slow, speed up the video. So the reason I have a space background on at the beginning of the video is because something very exciting is happening. Exciting, emocionante. On April 1st, 2026, a new space mission happened. Sucedió. The mission is called Artemis 2, and it has launched into space. I'll be back in a few seconds. Let's get started. Anyway, I'm back without that annoying space background for the whole video. Anyway, why is this such a big deal? It's because Artemis 2 is NASA's first crewed Artemis mission with astronauts on board, a bordo, and the first mission with crew aboard SLS and Orion. I know that was a mouthful. A mouthful is when there's a lot of words, complicated words. Don't worry, I'm going to review everything. Anyway, Artemis is now traveling in space. NASA significa, stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. La Administración Aeronáutica Nacional del Espacio. This mission is historic because it's NASA's first mission sending astronauts around the moon in more than 50 years. Artemis 2 launched from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The astronauts are viajando, traveling in a spacecraft, nave espacial, spacecraft called Orion. And the powerful and giant rocket that launched them is called the Space Launch System, or SLS. So again, even I was confused, so I'll repeat it once more for clarity. Artemis 2 launched from Kennedy Space Center in Florida aboard NASA's SLS rocket carrying the Orion spacecraft and 4 astronauts. In case you are wondering, the names of the astronauts on the mission are Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen. Jeremy Hansen is from Canada. So this mission isn't just about the United States. It also shows international teamwork, trabajo en equipo internacional. And the mission is not a moon landing, aterrizaje, landing, because the astronauts are not going to walk on the moon. Rather, they will travel around the moon and then come back to Earth. The whole mission is expected to last about 10 days. So again, why is this mission so important? Because NASA is testing everything on Orion carefully, cuidadosamente, carefully before future missions. They want to see how the spacecraft, nave espacial, performs with astronauts inside. They want to test sistemas, far from Earth. It's not just one flight either. The Artemis 2 mission is just one major step in a larger program to return humans to the moon and to prepare for even more space exploration in the future. Woo-hoo. It's a mission to learn, aprender, to test, probar, and to preparar for what comes next. Now, when I think about this mission, I think it's very inspiring, but I also think it's hard to imagine. I try to imagine what it would be like to be inside a spacecraft traveling through space and looking back at the Earth. It really must be an incredible, life-changing experience. Because let's face it, the news on Earth is often so negative. But stories like this, talking about teamwork and going into space and exploring new horizons, these stories remind us that people, gente, are still working together, still solving problems, resolucionando problemas, and still reaching for something bigger in life. So even though the mission will not land on the moon, it still matters, matters a lot, because it opens the door, abre las puertas, for future missions. Step by step, paso a paso, NASA is preparing for a new chapter, chapter of space exploration, and human space travel is moving forward again. So we'll be watching closely as the equipo, continues its journey around the moon and back home again. And the good news is that NASA's current mission updates say that the flight is still going well, it's still being successful, and it's still happening now. So let's remember to pray, orar, for the safety of these brave, valiente astronauts who are exploring the unknown, desconocido. It's truly amazing what they've decided to do and what they're doing for the rest of the world for us all to have the benefits of learning from and experiencing. Anyway, thank you again for listening. If you learned any new words or information, please leave me a note in the comments. Also, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!